Hello, Jane. Good evening.
Hi, teacher.
How was your weekend and day, Jane?
I had a good weekend because I on my swimming lesson, even though I hadn't learned the whole of I'm of my changing breath, but I can learn 80% of them. But it is still very hard.
Oh, I see. But I guess you're getting better as every weekend passes by.
Yes, and
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
um and uh for Sunday it is Uh, I went to the mall with my parents, and I think it is not so interesting. And I wrote my homework, and at home I watched some shows, and that show is Chinese show because there are four big novels in China that is very famous, and it is really interesting too. And today I had a PE lesson, that PE lesson is we had a good time because we played a game called um we played a game called maybe cat and mouse, and uh cat and mouse is a really interesting game. And uh first we get together and make a big circle,
Mm-hmm.
and then because we have arms and we need arms to hold each other, and then the a cat is in the circle and a mouse is outside the circle, and then uh when the game beginning, the we can let the cat out, but we can let the cat get in too, and we can just raise our arms to let the cat get out, then because the cat needs to catch the mouse, mm, and uh and the mouse needs to run away from the cat, and because uh well because that's the if the mouse if the mouse want to win the game, this mouse needs to because we have holes in our arms, then the mouse needs to turn go inside the holes for 5 times or 10 times, and then the mouse can win the game. And the cat needs to, but the cat if the cat wants to win, the cat needs to catch the mouse. And when the game beginning, we let the cat out, and then the cat begin chasing this mouse, and then this mouse will run away. And for us, because we're uh on the circle, and we can raise our arms up, and the mouse can come inside, and but the cat can come inside too. And then when the mouse come inside and come and go went out, and two it is just like twice, and that means that mouse has finished for twice. And this cat needs to be careful, because if the cat went inside again, um and then maybe the mouse will win. So we think that the cat is really hard and the mouse is really easy. But because I run very slow, when I am a mouse, I have often been catched, and when I am a cat, I haven't catched anyone.
Oh, I see. So, how do you alternate who's going to be the mouse and cat? How do you choose that?
Mm, we can just we ask the other who wants to be what's a cat who do you want to be, cat or mouse? And if the other one answers mouse, and then that one will be cat. Um but if the other one don't agree with it, then maybe they will change with it.
Oh, I see. So you can still decide what character you're going to play.
Yes, and it's not like the boys, because the boys want to be there very much, and maybe the next time the girls uh can be the mouse or the cat, and it is really interesting. And we also found out that because our PE teacher stays in our primary school where um for a long time, and some of his students that is already in the middle school, because there is an exam in the middle school, and that exam have already finished. So they began having a holiday, and the two students from the middle school come to our primary school to see our PE teacher, and our PE teacher is very was very happy, and he bought 2 cups of milk tea. Well, it is fruit tea, and it looks like really uh, it looks like good. And the my our teacher gives the fruit tea to the two students, and uh, so I think maybe the two students and our PE teacher is um, is best friends, and maybe the maybe these students is in a football team. That's that's our PE teacher teaches them. So I think if they are not in the team, or they are not friends with the teacher, they won't come and visit our teacher.
Yes, maybe he is the coach before of the two students.
Yes.
Possibly, yes. So thank you, Jane, for sharing your weekend and your day today. Yes, indeed, you had a lot of fun, especially with the mouse and cat kind of game. Oh, yes, I think it's a fun one, especially when it involves playing around with many students. You could build camaraderie or friendship.
Yes.
Yeah, so thank you, Jane. So this time our topic is about Ricochet, a service dog. Let's learn more about this dog, or this, yes, just like the one in the picture, a service dog. So let's have our warm up. Jane, please read the questions and answer.
Do you have any pets? If not, do you want to have one? Why or why not? I don't have any pets. I had two goldfish before, but they all died, and then and I had two two turtles before, and first they are very small, but then they grow very big, and they look like just like tortoises, and I
Mm.
named them. One is flower and one is green, because the flower one has mm, a special pattern on its back, and the green one is more green than
Mhm.
the than flower. And but and I found out that they like to eat something, and especially the special foods. And but I can't remember to change the water for them and give them food. So give them food, and at last, uh, my dad took them to a uh to a lake and give them free. And at last, even though I don't know how, I don't know where they live and how do they live, but I think giving the animals free is the best choice. And I want to have a pet too, because but I don't want to choose some pets just like cat and dog. Even though I like this dog in the picture very much, it
Mhm.
is so cute. But first, the dogs will be fluffy, and their fur will um drop down from their body, and it will and my classmate that has a dog or cat have their fur all over their clothes, and they also said the fur are flying in their house everywhere, and when they are eating, they are fur in their food too. So they are regret of having a dog or a cat, and mm, especially a kind of cat that is um maybe a puppet cat, and it is really cute and really beautiful, it but it has too much fur. And I also know a kind of cat that is don't have any fur, even though it is really good to clean. But it is ugly.
Yeah, the one with no fur looks ugly. That cat.
Yes, and it is really expensive, and I don't know why.
Yes, I don't know why too, because they look ugly for me too. But I do have a pet dog, and yes, I agree that their fur are everywhere. That's the problem with having pets, especially if you're wearing black and you try to carry them and play around with them.
Yes.
All the fur can really be seen in your black clothes. So,
Yes, and I just asked my classmate that sits that's sat behind me, and I asked him, do you have any pet cats or dogs? And then he said, how do you know that I have I have so many pet cats? And I said, You're wearing black, and there are so many white fur on your clothes." And he said, well, it is." And but I think maybe I could have a pet parrot because it is clever, and it can also talk. And I heard the people on the internet said that if you train the parrot very well, it can listen to you, and if even though if it fly away, it will flew back to you again. But uh but my mom and dad don't agree me to buy a parrot because I'm afraid they're afraid that I will um forget about feeding them again. So so I because I don't have time, and so I don't have a pet at home now, but I think parrots are really cute.
yes, given the chance, so you'd choose a parrot, yes, because they're clever and yeah, you can talk to them, maybe, just like
Yeah.
a proper person. Yes, thank you, Jane, for sharing your ideas. Any questions from the warm up?
No questions.
Okay, very good. So we have our reading more about Ricochet. Please read from Ricochet up to Charities. Let's start.
Ricochet was trained to be a service dog to help disabled people, especially with tasks around the house. For example, Ricochet learned how to unzip a jacket and open a refrigerator door. She showed a lot of promise as a puppy. It looked like uh, Rachel,
Ricochet.
Ricochet was going to be a great service dog, but as she grew older, she became more interested in chasing birds than doing her tasks. As a result, she had to leave the training program. However, Ricochet was smart. Her owner saw how trainable she was, so she taught Ricochet how to surf. It didn't take long before she quickly became a very good surfer. Because Ricochet has service dog training, she is very comfortable around people with uh, disabilities, and she puts them at ease. Today, she helps children and disabled people enjoy the sport of surfing. Ricochet on one stands on one end of the surfboard, and the disabled rider can stay on the board. She also served in competitions as fundraise fundraisers for charities.
Yes, thank you, Jane, for reading. This time, let's try to answer questions regarding the reading. Let's start with question one.
1. Why did Ricochet have to leave the service dog training program? Because she became more interested in chasing birds than in doing her tasks.
Very good. What about question two?
2. What is Ricochet's special skill? Um, she can she can surf, and she quickly became a very good surfer, and uh it can also like let the disabled people enjoy the sports of surfing.
Yes, very good. So if we picture it, she is a really talented dog because I don't even know how to surf, but she can. Yes.
Yes.
All in all, what's your opinion about Ricochet, Jane? Is it a positive or a negative opinion?
I think of course positive because I finally see that these dogs are really humans friends, and they they're really smart, and some dogs can even um understand what people are saying. And there is another kind of animal that is really that we can't imagine it. It is pig, and pig are very smart too, and they can know how to get out of a puzzle. And for the uh uh well, there is a kind of monkey uh that is called chimpanzee, and
Mhm.
chimpanzee is really smart too, because Japan has done an experiment, and they use a they pick a chimpanzee and trained it, and the chimpanzee can remember all of the all of the numbers in just 1 second before, and now it can remember all of the words from 1 to 10 in 0.65 seconds, and it is really uh maybe clever than me.
No, no, you're cleverer. But yes, chimpanzees can be really smart too if they are trained and observed, just like what the scientists did. Yes, so thank you, Jane. Any questions from the reading?
No questions.
Okay, very good. Let's have practice one. So, can you please read first our instructions, Jane?
There are lots of different types of service dogs. Do you know these types? What are the responsibilities of these service dogs? Try to introduce to your teacher. The
Yeah.
first one is a guide dog, because some blind people can't see, and they will train for the guide dog to lead the blind people so that they won't fall into some dangerous place. And I know that a guide dog can also lead them to the uh lead them to the mall, and it can also know where, for example, there is a hole on the ground, and it will lead lead this person to um don't fall into this hole. And
Mhm.
it can also know how to uh cross the traffic lights. So it is really um intelligent, and
Mhm.
it is um well it is more intelligent than the other dogs.
Yes, because without it, the blind person won't have a guide. What about hearing dog this time?
Mm, Hearing dog is for some disabled people. For example, the cell phone. They can hear the cell phone, and the hearing dog can hear it, and they will get the cell phone for that person. But for for the others, I can't remember it, because I only know how to fetch the cell phone. I only
Mhm.
know this one.
Yes, also same in the street where they can't hear some beeping cars, for example. So hearing dogs can also guide them crossing, just like guide dogs. Yes. What about allergy detection dog?
Now, I think allergy detection dog is because dogs can sniff well, and for example, they at the um, at the train station, because we're not allowed to bring some uh well, just like um gum gums and uh alcohol and some knife, and we can bring them, and sometimes we can't know what is inside this box, so we need a special kind of dog that's to sniff it. But I don't know what is allergy detection dog, because I only saw a person is holding maybe a medicine or peanut butter
Yeah, it
to let
looks like peanut butter.
yes, to let this dog to sniff, maybe to check if it can be eaten.
Yes, that's right. Example, the owner of the dog is allergic to peanuts or something in the peanut butter. So they're trying to check if there's something that could trigger the allergy of the owner. Yes. And what about diabetic alert dog?
Diabetic alert dog. Well, I don't know about it either, but I think diabetic alert dog, there is an alert in it. So maybe when there's some danger, the this alert dog will warn the people here. And uh well, I also know kind of dog that is just like this dog, and uh it is a kind of dog that will save people, and because the dogs can sniff well, and when after a disaster, just like an earthquake, because will some people can't get out of there, and they will be trapped down under some blocks. So these dogs will sniff where the people are, and because the people are too tired to um get a sound, and this dog can know where are the left people that haven't been rescued, and I can't remember the name of that kind of dog.
Oh, I see. Yes, more on alert too. But this one is diabetic alert dog from the illness diabetes. You know, when someone has like low blood sugar or high blood sugar, so they can detect to the person if that person needs high sugar during this time or low sugar. So they could alert the person or their owner that they need to take their medicine for the diabetes. Do you know diabetes, Jane? A kind of illness regarding sugar if they have too much sugar in their body.
Yes, and in their blood.
Yes, that's right. That's part, or also in their blood, can be detected in their blood. Yeah, so Jane, any questions from practice one?
No questions.
Yeah, so let's have practice two this time. Can you read this part, Jane, and also have our questions?
Practice 2. In San Francisco, service dogs can go anywhere where their owners can go. For example, into restaurants and stores. What do you think? Hints. Is this a good idea? What are the advantages and disadvantages? What's the situation in your country? Um, I think it is, it can, it is great because then this dog can help people greater, and um because in our country we can bring the service dogs into the metro station and the train station, because these dogs are trained to help people. And for example, the regular dogs, and just like teddy dogs, they can go into the metro station because maybe they will get harm to the others. But these service dogs are special trained, and they
Mhm.
won't bite people or scare away people, and they won't do the things like that. And by the way, the disabled people also needs their dogs, and so these dogs are very important. And in our country, it is allowed to go into restaurants and stores too.
Oh, I see. That's great. So thank you, Jane. This time, before we end, can you please read our summary?
Summary: words: unzip, surf, at ease, surfboard. Sentences: 1. It didn't take long before she quickly became a very good surfer. 2. Because Ricochet had service dog training, she is very comfortable around people with disabilities, and she puts them at ease. Grammar: simple past tense.
Yeah. So, Jane, any more questions before we end?
No questions.
Okay, very good. Thank you very much, Jane, for your time and cooperation. Bye for now.
Goodbye, teacher. See you next day.
Bye bye.